Hey everybody, Eric Smith here with possibly the beginning of a new series, weekly kind of thing. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to show you the stuff that I picked up at the comic book store today, and I already read one thing so that I can sort of review it, I guess. I don't know if that's important or not, but so this is a pull list video, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? I don't plan these things. But here we go. So I'm recording this on Wednesday. It'll go up on Thursday. So you're watching it at the very earliest on Thursday. So here we go again. I'm repeating myself. And I'm starting with big stuff. So we have Criminal. This is the deluxe edition, volume 1. This is by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, and this includes the first 3 books, which were miniseries: Coward, Lawless, and The Dead and Dying. So Coward is 1, Lawless is 2, The Dead and the Dying is 3. And then it's also got extras, essays, behind-the-scenes art section, short stories, all sorts of crazy stuff. It's a very nice hardback. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, one of the greatest teams in comic books. And I've read, I think, probably the first, at the very least, the first 2 stories in here, Coward and Lawless, because I was picking up Criminal because I'm an Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips fan. But I don't have those anymore. And so it's nice to get this nice hardback. It's beautiful. And I believe volume 2 comes out next week. So I'm very excited for that. It's going to be great to reread the stuff I've already read once and read the stuff for the first time that I haven't. So, all right, so there's that. Toss it over there. Then we have, let's go with this one. This is Deadpool by Joe Kelly. The Complete Collection, Volume 2. There's the back of it. So Joe Kelly, this was Deadpool's first ongoing series after his first appearance in New Mutants. 97, I want to say. I could be completely wrong about that. So, he was making appearances here and there, and he had, I believe, 2 4-issue miniseries. And then this was the first ongoing series. I'm almost certain. Again, I used to have these issues. So once they started reprinting, printing these, I grabbed, pre-ordered. All of this stuff is pre-order. Volume 1. So now I've got Volume 2. And it's great, crazy, fun, beautiful Deadpool stuff. There you go. Nice trade paperback. And then the last trade paperback I got, a little tiny one this time, is Captain Marvel. What is this called? The New World. This has Captain Marvel, the current run of Captain Marvel, 22 through 26. Just a little tiny slip of a thing. Now, this is one of those books. I was getting this series every month, but I've stopped getting bunch of stuff monthly, and I'm getting the collected editions. So this is volume 5. I have volume 4 as well. Everything before that I have in the monthly issues. But this is really a great book. Kelly Thompson is the writer. I really dig what she's doing with this. All right, so now we're going to get into the floppies, as they're called. And you know what? Before we do that, I'll show you a little something else I got. And that is this Zombie Doctor Doom. He's got holes in his cape. Zombie Doctor Doom Funko Pop. Now, there's a whole series of these. Which way should it go? There we go. I don't know what I'm doing. So I've got already... in the first wave of 4 was Deadpool, Wolverine, the Hulk, and Mysterio. And then in this new wave, I believe, The first one was Gambit. I've got that. And then this one just came out. And let's see. Thor, Red Hulk, and MODOK are the last 3 in this wave. And I don't think they're out yet. If they are, my comic book shop hasn't gotten them yet. But anyway. So that's something else I picked up. Now we'll get to the floppies, as they're called. This is issue 3 of Stray Dogs. And this is a variant cover. They've been doing horror movie covers for these. The first one was Silence of the Lambs. The second one, I don't recall off the top of my head what it was. But this is Annabelle, a take on Annabelle. And this is essentially, it's the main characters. It revolves around dogs. They're talking animals. But essentially, without giving anything away, they are the dogs that are being adopted by a serial killer. He's killing someone and then taking their dog home. But the dogs are starting to realize something isn't quite right. Man, I'm trying to rack my brain on what the cover for the second one was. But this is pretty good. It's 4 or 5 issues. So this is maybe more. Maybe it's going to be more than that. This says end chapter. Oh, end chapter 3. I believe the last issue, I saw it, I looked in the previews, and it had like a Friday the 13th homage cover. But, yeah, it's a pretty good book. It's good stuff. What else have we got here? This is... Why don't you just sit there while I read my comics? Now, I'm going backwards, though. This is Knock 'em Dead, number 5. I believe this is the last issue of this miniseries. And it was about I haven't read Stray Dogs number 3. I haven't read this yet. But it's about a guy that's trying to be a stand-up comic. He's bombing. He gets into a car accident with another comedian who dies. And the main guy that we're following dies. Like, he doesn't have a pulse. And he becomes possessed by the comedian he was in the car with. And then he becomes successful. This is all like first issue stuff. And so all sorts of weird, crazy, supernatural stuff goes on. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I mean, I'm looking forward to reading all of these because that's why I bought them. All right, we have Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, number 2. This is, does it say? I think this is a 5-issue miniseries. I dig the Black Knight. He's going to be in the Eternals movie, if it ever comes out. So they've got this miniseries, and he basically has a blade. His sword, the Ebony Blade, becomes more powerful the more angry or hateful or dangerous he becomes. Something. Anyway, there's some shenanigans going on with his sword. But he's a fun character. First issue was great. Digging this. Digging the series. All right, we have another final issue. This is Man's World. You know, I haven't been talking about writers and stuff for the floppies, which is my fault. I apologize. But the reason I think of that is because Man's World is by Victor Gischler. This is the 4th issue, last issue of the miniseries. It's from AWA Upshot. I'm a huge Victor Gischler fan. I love his comic book writing. I love his novels. And this was a really cool story. Can't wait to dig in and find out how it's going to end. AWA becoming one of my favorite publishers. I'm getting... let's see. Well, this one just ended. And there's 2 other minis that I'm currently getting. 2nd and 3rd issues of those have come out. There's another one that I've pre-ordered. Really digging what they're doing. I've picked up one of their trades. I'm going to pick up quite a few more of their trades. A lot of good stuff from AWA. And then finally, okay, this is the last one, and I read this so that I could talk about it and sort of review it, although I don't know. It's tough, I think, reviewing a single issue, especially something like this. This is Women of Marvel. That's a variant cover. Women of Marvel #1. Now, Marvel's been doing this thing called Marvel Voices, and I missed the first issue somehow. There were a series of one-shots. The second one that came out was Marvel Voices Indigenous People? Indigenous something. I can't remember, but it was all Native American, Indigenous American stories by Indigenous or Native American writers and artists. And then the next one was called Legacy, and it was all I read it, but now I'm not. I want to say it was all African American characters, but it may have just been people of color. So not just African American. But again, you can see what they're doing with this Marvel Voices. And the next one that's coming out is called Pride, and it's their LGBTQ plus characters and creators and such. The reason I mention that is because I'm not sure why this doesn't have the Marvel Voices label on it. Not that it matters. I'm just curious about that because it seems to fit right in. But anyway, what this is, it's a little anthology, one shot. There's a nice introduction, and then you can see that's the table of contents. Hopefully you can see that. So there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a bunch of little, just one-page, kind of lighthearted, funny stories, and then there's some multi-page stories. There's beautiful artwork throughout. That's not the artist of everything, and that is Peach Momoko, who's blowing up. She does tons of covers. It seems like every week she's got variant covers on just a bunch of books. She's a wonderful artist. I don't want to go through here and read off these names because I know I'm going to mispronounce so many of them, of the creators. But so there's a story about Peggy Carter as Captain America. She's from an alternate world. We've got a story with Mystique, a story with Misty Knight, a favorite of mine, She-Hulk, Farrell and Marrow, however you say it. And then again, these little one-page. A great story with Gamora. And then again, these little one-page things with Lady Deathstrike, Hell, Emma Frost. So different writers, different artists on all of these little things. Although I think all of the little one-page jokey ones are all by the same person, I think. But it's a good book. So this just came out today as of this recording, which is April 21st, 2021. So you should be able to run to your local comic book store and pick up a copy of this. It's an interesting mix of stories, some lighthearted, some a little bit more meaningful, I suppose, for lack of a better word. But it's good stuff. I like these things. I've liked the Marvel Voices. I need to find a copy of that first one somewhere. My local comic shop doesn't have one. So I've been looking online. Anyway, there you go. So that was my pull list for the week. I have some other stuff old stuff that I bought. If you want to see that kind of stuff, let me know. My comic shop does live videos twice a week, and you can claim stuff. Whatever they show it, they give you a price. If you say claim first, then they put it in your box. And I got a few things from that. I don't know if that's the kind of thing you care to see, or if you just want to see this new stuff, what I'm pulling every week. This was a big-ish week. I've had weeks where 2 things came in, 1 thing came in. And if that's the case, do you want to see a video with just 1 or 2 things, or do you want me to only do it when it's a decent pile like this? Let me know. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Is this something you're interested in seeing? Any of these books interest you? Man's World, like I said, that's the last issue. Someone mentioned on Twitter they've already pre-ordered the trade paperback, so that's going to be coming out in a collected edition. You don't have to worry about finding the individual issues. Stray Dogs, about in the middle of that one, so might be able to find individual issues, back issues. I mean, this is only issue 3. You can always wait till the trade paperback. Knock 'em Dead, I think the trade paperback is already up for pre-order. Black Knight, that's only issue 2, so that shouldn't be too tough to find issue 1. But anyway, I'm rambling. This has gone on way too long. So if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. And that's all I got. I don't know what else to say, so until next time, read more books.